We got Rod.
That goes back here.
I feel like people thought I'd probably have just given up on this channel, but you know, it's just cold and I don't have a garage.
We're busy, you know. We got things to do, and
we got grown-up jobs and stuff.
That's like, well, you know.
Yeah, it's too early in this. Watch it.
I can't. Yeah.
How y'all like the new camera look, though? Ross looks.
Am I clear?
Ultra HD.
Now you can zoom in on my. Damn it.
But yeah, I mean, no place to work on cars, so I haven't been working on cars. Did we cover this in the video? We certainly made a video about when I pulled the head off.
Yeah.
But we went and grabbed this head from the junkyard. I got it pressure tested, hot tank, planed, got a bunch of parts. We're doing the old, this is so dumb that like I have an actual job now and I'm like, I'm not buying ARP because that costs too much money. So I bought some bolts from Fastenal, like Colton McDonald from Drifts Enlisted, and apparently it's a pretty common thing because I found a part number on turbo brakes. So that's how I ordered them. But I have to get some huge washers because the bolt heads are like, you know, pretty close to the size of that hole. And I'm like, I don't want that digging in there and then that head going, So, yeah, we gotta go get some lubrification. And let's take your car because it's already warm.
Yeah.
It's certainly not.
The whip. This is the real race car right here.
Look at that pile of
Nah, that's the real race car.
Well, if I can get it to run for more than 500 miles at a time, it could be. That shouldn't be feeding any of you white blood people. It's just because I put a head with 345,000 miles on it and didn't get it machined at all. And it still made it 500 miles. Try and do that on white block. White blocks don't even make it 100 miles.
No.
Ask Ross.
The right way?
You missed a turn, but you can just follow this road. You'll get
I
there
definitely
eventually.
Missed.
I'm just trying to get to AutoZone. Ross blitzing through this random neighborhood.
Yeah, just in the real race car.
So, dude, I got quite a project coming up if you're trying to come to my grandma's house for old time's sake.
Oh, yeah?
So, oh, that's not gonna work. Damn, I have to hold it. What's nice is this has in-body stabilization, so these videos, even if I shoot them like this, are gonna be so much better than before.
Nice.
But, yeah, we got that. I got a real job camera now. We hit the Sony A7 III, baby. But, so a lot of you guys probably saw in the last video, the Max Peating Rods video, that I bought a Prelude Type SH, the expensive one that everyone wants, including me, and I'm going to cry when I sell it. But it needs some paint work, as we've discussed. And I've been racking my brain about how to handle this Mako or whatever, go find this, go do that. One thing that's been looming the whole time is that I've always really wanted to do proper tube base clear, like 2-stage paint job. So I ordered all of the things to paint it myself.
Nice.
Now I know I can make it come out fine because I've done like cutting and buffing of rocket paint and made that look, you know, brand new, like a car paint job, better than a car paint job because there's no eggshell. I just know that I spent like hours doing that on a 3-inch rocket, so doing a whole car is going to take a very long time. But, you know, it's a good patience exercise. I don't have a lot of that, but, you know, maybe it'll be good. It'll help me learn, but I really wanted to do it. So I found a company that could mix it to the original color. Here we go. But if you want to watch that, you're going to have to go to Motor Biscuit because that is being shot for work. Motor Biscuit just hit 1,000 subscribers. We're getting pretty close in watch hours, so please go subscribe to Motor Biscuit so that they can be monetized and give me more money to do cool stuff. Is the AC working this?
Nah.
Huh.
I would, you know, because this has a bent frame, as all race cars do.
Yes.
And it was in a rear end, or it rear-ended a Jeep, and the whole front is fucked.
What's cool about like my channel really only being watched by like super diehard people now is nobody's gonna be like, it doesn't even have a frame.
Well, technically, no, it doesn't have a frame, but
it's pretty relaxing just like knowing that this channel, like, there's no consequences anymore. And I don't mean like we should say the N word.
Get canceled real quick.
I just mean like, even though it was really dumb to rely on this channel for income, I did for a long time. And I don't have to do that now. So like, I can not post a video for 3 months and that's fine. I guess it hasn't been that long since the Max Peating Rides video. No more hood exit. Ready? Yep. I'm sure the neighbors love that. It does sound really good. Oh yeah, we can show people your other project that they might not know about.
Which one?
I mean, we've never really covered your G35 like, in a proper video. We've made a couple of shorts about it. So Ross has a G35, incidentally, because he wants to drift, right? And it used to be automatic, but it's manual now. And it used to have a V6, but now it has a V8. What's stopping this from running? Just
computer, drive shaft. I was talking to Josh about maybe changing the exhaust since, you know, it's really close to the serpentine belt.
dude, come on! I have a meeting.
Better move that ass.
Russ is canceled now. Animal abuse. All right, an hour and a half later, we're back. So yeah. Anyway, just a stock head. I didn't have anything done to it. I didn't have it ported or anything, but we are putting a VX camshaft in it.
This is an old VX or IPD VX cam that I pulled out at 780. And so the new ones come with the 3 degrees valve timing advance already built into the cam. This one does not. But I did have an adjustable cam gear, but it's kind of screwed up, and I should have taken a picture and showed you, but the like the gearing is like worn off. Like the belt was too tight or something, and it was completely chewed. So
how much are those cam gears? They're like $90, aren't they?
Yeah.
Maybe I should order one.
But I mean, you can adjust your ignition timing. That's the whole reason why you run like 3 degrees advance, is because you can't adjust ignition timing.
Oh yeah, I guess I could just change it in the ECU.
Yeah, like you could mess with it.
But yeah, so there you go, Ross. Just lubing some stuff up.
Yeah, you just lube, put some stuff in. Really, you don't need to do this. It's just for that first
start.
Yeah, like 5 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably, because I changed the oil a few times in the car from 0 to 500 mile range anyway, but I'll probably run it like 50 miles or so and then change it one more time before we get to turning the power up.
Yeah.
Damn, look at this lighting, dude. This is like a video that's never been on this channel before.
I think it's 14 foot-pounds. So
that's what it's getting.
That's what it's getting. I know it's not like a lot.
All right, there you go. Camshaft installed. I wanted to put the head on the car today, but it's, first of all, freezing. I have a meeting in 15 minutes. Ross has to go to work. It took us an hour and a half to go get the assembly lube because we stopped and got Ross's 940, and then we get very distracted very easily. And, you know, a host of other things. Mostly that I have to take the oil cooler assembly off the car. And it's going to be way easier if I just do it without the head on, because then there's nothing in my way. But I bought water oil cooler from a 940 because the external oil cooler on mine was just plugged. Well, yeah, it wasn't when I got it back from Gap Tuning, but it's just puking all the oil on the ground out of my brand new engine. But which is always great.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I bought the oil or the water ones, that way I don't have to try and run lines under my huge exhaust manifold and find a place to mount the oil cooler. But that way we'll still have an oil cooler, because people have blown up Volvo engines by taking the oil coolers off. So I figured instead of cranking the boost up with no oil cooler, I'll find one of those in the junkyard right up the street from my house. Finally happened to get a 940 in, so I went and ripped it off. But now I gotta put it on my car. So I don't have a place to work on it. It's winter, so
Yep.
So tune in 4 months from now when we get my car together and running.
It'll be sooner than that.
Hopefully within the next couple of weeks. It's starting to warm up.
Yeah.
And that's good because I got to paint the Prelude. But yeah, if you want to come check out some painting process.
Do some do it better than I did on my truck.
Yeah, I bought a pretty decent gun. There's this guy named Paint Society on YouTube. He works at an Acura dealer, and he does like all the paint work for the dealership. Mm-hmm. But he does like a bunch of cheap gun reviews and like entry level guns and stuff like that. So I bought, it was $100. Like it's not cheap, but it's like pretty cheap. I mean, like a real good paint gun's like $700, but
right.
This one is good, and he said it works really good. And the Harbor Freight gun that I painted the G with, the spray pattern's just not very big. This has like a legit pro spray pattern, so you can do a fender in like 2 passes. Also, you ever seen how big a Prelude's fender is?
Not really.
Like, it's a long car, and you don't really think about it, but come take a look at this. When the box showed up, I was like, what the hell is in here?
Oh!
It's like 5 feet long.
Why?
I just don't know. But I looked forever and ever and ever. I've had that car for how long? 7 months now?
Yeah.
I've been looking for a color match silver OEM fender, and they do not exist. And OEM fenders, OEM anything for this car is so expensive. I just bought a door handle with scratches on it, and then I'm going to have to repaint. $80. Well, actually, I found one for $40. I was about to buy the one for $80, and then as I searched it again, because I took it out of my cart, because I found a Chinese company that makes rip-off ones, I was like, whatever, that's good enough for me. And they didn't make them for the passenger side, just the driver's side. So I was like, okay, so I typed in it again to add to my cart, and one had just been listed for $40, so I bought that one instead. This is $156. The cheapest OEM fender, like an actual Prelude fender, was $199 plus $150 for it to ship it. I was like, why do you need $150? But then I saw it and I was like, oh, well, because it's the
5 feet tall.
most inconvenient thing to ship on the planet. But yeah, so we got slave cylinder and a bunch of other stuff. AC lines to replace the ones that are missing. This is the pride and joy of the collection. You can't really see it, but it's a JDM timing cover.
Oh.
Because the engine doesn't have a timing cover on it. So that's going to be fun, because I have to take the engine mount off to put it on, which is cool. But
there might be a reason it was left off.
Yeah, well, it's just because they probably forgot to put the backing plate on when they did the timing belt, and then they were like, I'm not taking that mount back off. I know who did the timing belt too, but at least the timing belt's done. So yeah. Oh yeah, and here's the fastener bolts for the head for the Volvo. Pretty hardcore. Nice. All right, well, thanks for watching and stuff.